Hey everybody, Brendan Coates here, the Gut Whisperer, and in today's video module, we're going to be talking about bone broth. That's right, homemade bone broth. Now, disregard the dark hue of my bone broth. The other day I was barbecuing and I burnt some chicken thighs by accident. And I was able to salvage a lot of them, but some of them I couldn't consume. Too much burnt. So I decided to use all of it, and I made chicken broth in my crock pot, my slow cooker. So in today's video module, we're going to be talking about the benefits of bone broth and how to strategically consume bone broth, and the number one reason why I like bone broth so much. Let's dive right in. So bone broth is very high in collagen. Collagen is a protein found in our skin, our ligaments, and our tendons. And by preserving that tissue, we can essentially just kind of slow down the whole aging process. So that's number one. It is absolutely paramount for good digestion. It helps with digestion. In addition to that, it temporarily heals and seals the gut lining. And when I work with students, all of them have various degrees of leaky gut, also known as intestinal permeability. And the active ingredient, this is the number one reason why I like bone broth so much. The active ingredient in bone broth is called gelatin tannin. And what it does is, like I said, it temporarily puts a coating, like it temporarily heals and seals the gut lining. And our gut lining is lined with epithelial cells, and they're kind of like this. And they've got like these junctions in between each one. And when someone has leaky gut, the cells that line the gut are opened in various segments. And that's leaky gut. That allows for invasion of some things into the gut. And so by consuming bone broth, it temporarily heals and seals the gut lining. It's very good for the immune system. It's very, very good at reducing inflammation. It's fantastic for joint pain. It helps relieve a lot of joint pain issues. And finally, it's very high in vitamins, minerals, enzymes. I'm going to list up some of the amino acids: arginine, glutamate, hydroxyproline, proline, alanine, glycine, and all of those help with the building blocks of collagen. And here is how you make bone broth. Whatever you've got, whether you got chicken thighs or chicken drumsticks or a full carcass of chicken, it's always best to have maybe one or two carcasses of chicken. Put them in the crock pot. All you have to do is fill it up all the way with water. Put it on high, put it on the back of your counter. You can put some seasonings in it. I like thyme, sage, a little bit of rosemary, salt and pepper, maybe some poultry seasoning, maybe a couple bay leaves, and that's it. That's all you really need. Put that on the slow cooker on high, and I put it for about 24 hours. Once that happens, I get a potato masher, and I mush it all down. So I break up all of the bones, and that way I'm breaking up all of the bone marrow. So I'm releasing even more of all of the amino acids and the collagen and so forth. When I do that, I let it cool down, and then I put it in a strainer, and I just scoop up all that bone broth, or all the bones and the skin and the joints and all that stuff, and the ligaments, and the cartilage, and I just squish it all out, so I'm preserving all the broth. And then I just put this in a bowl, let it cool down, and that's dog food. The dogs absolutely love it, and because the bones are so brittle, it's not dangerous for the cats or dogs. And then I've got a crock pot full of bone broth. I just get a measuring cup and I just scoop it in, pour it, and then I seal them up, and I've got about 3 of these mason jars. So that's how I make bone broth, and here is the strategy to consume bone broth. First thing in the morning, upon waking up, have some nice lemon water. Sure, certainly got to scrape your tongue, have some lemon water, and then you can have some bone broth because it temporarily heals and seals the gut lining. It's great at preparing yourself for the digestive process. Now, here's the thing. If you are practicing intermittent fasting, right, you're giving yourself maybe a 16 or an 18 or a 20-hour window of complete fasting, you cannot have bone broth at any time, even if it's first thing in the morning. Whatever. Your window away from food has to stay away from bone broth. This will take you out of a fast. That being said, when you are going to break your fast, certainly you can have a nice cup of warm bone broth, give yourself maybe 10 minutes, and then have your solid meal. But you cannot have bone broth during a fasting window. In addition to that, bone broth is fantastic during a juice cleanse. It's my number one tool, right? And also if you're doing maybe a juice fast for a weekend or something, you can have bone broth. This is fantastic. It's great for your immune system. If someone is sick in the household, make some bone broth. It's very good. It's comfort food. It tastes absolutely delicious. So there you go. That is how you properly consume bone broth. It is a tool for leaky gut. It is a tool for optimized digestion. It is a tool to support your immune system. And best of all, like I said, it's great for leaky gut because it temporarily heals and seals. So again, bone broth is a fantastic tool, especially when you're implementing the 5 steps in the GFL, which is my flagship course. So if you're interested, you can sign up below. I've got a free training that I just recorded. It's all about the implementation of GFL, the 5 steps to resetting your digestion and supporting your leaky gut and how to recover from a leaky gut. In addition to that training, you're going to see a lot of successful students that have graduated and that have really moved on from their poor health that they used to have, gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, and now they're living free from all of that. Gone are the days where they have, that digestive upset and pain and discomfort. Gone are the days. So again, I've got a link below. You can register. It's a free training for you to watch. It's a great, great educational piece as well. Until next time, in good health and in good spirit.